Every night, while our body rests, another world awakens. A world built from memories, fears, and desires, all rearranged into images that rarely make sense. Dreams are not random. They are a language. One that doesn't use words but emotions, symbols, and sensations. Psychologists like Freud believe dreams are the mind's way of expressing hidden wishes. Carl Jung saw them differently, as messages from the deeper layers of the psyche, guiding us toward wholeness. And perhaps both are true. Dreams reveal what we ignore in daylight. Falling, losing control, or learning to let go. The sensation of falling, it startles us awake. It's one of the oldest, most universal dreams. In psychology, falling often represents fear of failure, instability, or a loss of control. It may come when life feels uncertain, when something we depended on starts to slip away. But there's another way to see it. To fall is to surrender, to trust gravity, to stop resisting what's inevitable. Jung might say that falling dreams appear when the ego is forced to let go, when we must accept change or face humility. Sometimes, the only way to land is to stop fighting the fall. The ocean, the depth of emotion. Dreams of the sea are among the most beautiful and the most complex. The ocean is life's mirror, calm one moment, wild the next. Freud thought water symbolized the unconscious, the deep reservoir of instincts and emotion. Jung expanded that idea, calling the sea the collective unconscious, the vast ocean of human experience connecting us all. If you dream of calm water, it may reflect peace, clarity, or spiritual openness. Stormy seas might speak of emotional turmoil, conflict, or suppressed feeling. Sometimes the dream of drowning doesn't mean danger, but immersion. It's the psyche's way of telling us, you can't control the waves. You can only learn to breathe within them. Being late, the anxiety of time. We rush through a dream, chasing a train, running toward an exam, always arriving too late. This dream is about pressure. It may point to fear of failure, guilt, or perfectionism. But at a deeper level, it speaks to how we relate to time, to the relentless passing of moments we cannot stop. We live in a world obsessed with schedules and productivity. In dreams, being late might be the soul's rebellion, a reminder that meaning cannot be measured in deadlines. Sometimes, what feels like being late is just life asking us to slow down. Flying, the desire for freedom. Few dreams feel as liberating as flying. The moment we lift from the ground, we feel untouchable, free from rules, from fear, from gravity itself. Flying dreams can reflect confidence, creativity, or the joy of rising above limitation. But they can also signal escape, a wish to avoid responsibility or reality. It's a paradox. To fly is both freedom and flight. Jung might say the dreamer is reconnecting with the archetype of transcendence, the part of us that yearns to rise beyond the ordinary. When you fly in a dream, ask yourself, what are you rising toward? Houses and rooms, exploring the self. Dreaming of a house is like walking through your own mind. Each room holds a memory, a feeling, a version of you. A bright kitchen may reflect growth and nourishment. A dark basement may hold fears or trauma buried long ago. Finding a new room is often a beautiful symbol. It suggests self-discovery or the awakening of potential. The dream says, there's more to you than you've seen. Sometimes, the dream house is damaged or flooded, signs that part of your life feels unstable or overwhelmed. Dreams of rebuilding, repainting, or cleaning are not trivial. They mean healing has already begun. Mirrors, seeing the hidden self. In dreams, mirrors rarely show what we expect. They distort, shift, or reveal faces that aren't ours. These dreams are about identity. They reflect change, uncertainty, or disconnection from who we think we are. In Jungian analysis, a mirror dream might signal the meeting between the ego and the shadow, the parts of ourselves we deny or reject. To look into the dream mirror is to confront truth, even when it's uncomfortable. And sometimes, when the mirror is empty, it's not a nightmare. It's a reminder. The self is not fixed. We are always becoming. Being chased, the shadow within, running from something unseen, heart pounding. This dream is pure anxiety made visible. We usually assume the pursuer is an external threat, but often it's internal, a fear, guilt, or memory we don't want to face. Jung called this the shadow, everything about us we hide or repress. When we stop running and turn to face what's chasing us, the dream changes. Sometimes, the pursuer disappears. Other times, it transforms into something familiar. The message is simple. What you fear is trying to talk to you. Death. Transformation, not an ending. Dreaming of death can be unsettling, but rarely is it a prophecy. In symbolic language, death means transformation. It may reflect the end of a phase, a relationship, or an old version of yourself. Freud saw such dreams as expressions of anxiety. Jung saw them as rebirth, necessary endings that clear the way for renewal. If you dream of your own death, it may be your psyche saying, something old must die, so something new can live. And if you dream of someone else dying, it may mean you're ready to release the version of them that exists only in memory. Meeting someone, connection and unfinished feelings. We meet people in dreams, some we love, some we've lost, some we've never met. Why do they appear? Sometimes they represent emotions we associate with them, affection, guilt, nostalgia. Other times they're simply symbols, mirrors of what we crave or miss. When a person from the past returns in a dream, it's not them visiting us. It's our heart revisiting them. Dreams recreate unfinished moments to help us find peace with what was left unsaid. Waking up. Integration. The final act of every dream is awakening. The eyes open, the light returns, and yet, for a few seconds, the dream lingers. That lingering feeling is important. It's a message from the subconscious, waiting to be heard. Dreams don't hand us clear answers. They offer fragments, images, emotions, whispers. It's up to us to interpret them, to ask, what part of me was speaking? Maybe dreams are not escapes from reality. Maybe they're reality itself, seen through a deeper lens. We spend 1/3 of our lives asleep. That means we've already lived years inside our dreams, walking through memories, symbols, and worlds shaped by our emotions. What if that time isn't wasted? What if dreaming is how we heal, process, and grow? Maybe the truest part of us is not what we show when we're awake, but what we see when we close our eyes.